Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Tea Time Tuesday. We hope that you are enjoying your Tuesday afternoon. We try to let that music play out a little bit, but it's so relaxing, and we hope that you are joining us today, ready for a new day of pause, reset, and building resilience. Hello, Patrick. How you doing over there?
I am doing well, Carmela. Hello. Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you too. I hope you're staying cool over there.
Yes, I'm doing that. I was on the balcony, and I was like, okay, let me come on in here. So, yeah, it's cool.
It's too hot outside, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, yeah, I'm telling you, I went out for a walk this morning, like I always do, but this morning it got hot pretty quick. So I had to kind of cut my walk a little short, but nevertheless, it was nice. Good afternoon, Hope. It's good to see you.
Hey, right.
Yes. Everybody doing good out there? I could see people, but I tell you, behind the scenes, I'm seeing everybody now. Hello, Crystal and Michelle. It's good to see everybody. Yes, hello to you too. It's a great afternoon. We're at the Renewal Center, and we're so glad that you've taken the time to join us. We got a great time lined up for you today of renewal practice. We're going to continue from last month. I don't know, some of you that have joined us last month, we kind of topped it off with a journaling session, which was really good that Patrick did. And we're going to continue it today, befriending yourself. So we're going to do a stillness journaling session. And so I hope you all have your tea. I hope you bought your tea time journal or journal you set aside for journaling. And then we hope also that you have invited a friend and that they would like this broadcast. Go ahead, like this broadcast and share it. And then we ask that you would subscribe. We're looking for more subscribers. So we're really excited about that. And while we're doing that, we hope everyone has had a good holiday weekend and you're ready for this week to tackle on this week. And so with that being said, we're going to start off our month with our awareness like we always do here at the Renewal Center. We are honoring Minority Mental Health Awareness Month. And, you know, it's so important for us to take care of our mental health. And with this being said, July is set aside to bring awareness to the unique challenges and that minorities may face as it pertains to mental health. And that we are here to show support and awareness and bring forth resources to show our support about maintaining great mental health. And so once again, we are in Minority Mental Health Awareness Month. And that color, if you all are looking to support that, then you can put that lime green color out there, which actually supports that awareness. So we're really excited about that. And so, Patrick, you look like you want to say something about that.
Oh, yeah. I just wanted to encourage everybody. This is a month to really do some check-ins with one another. And so encourage others in your life to check in because our mental health is our total health as well. So just wanted to just encourage people to check in as possible.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Patrick. And we're going to go ahead and kick things underway. We want to say thank you to all of us that supported last month's awareness, Alzheimer's awareness, cancer awareness, survivor awareness month, and then also men's health and awareness month and week. And those of you that wore blue and supported, we want to say thank you for continuing to support our time of awarenesses here at the Renewal Center. Hello, Nicopan. It's good to see you. Good afternoon to you too. And thank you for joining us for Tea Time Tuesday. Go ahead and invite a friend. We're going to take our time and look at our tea of the week. Since it's so hot, our tea of the week is mango peach iced tea, and it sounds delicious, doesn't it? This is a refreshing pair, mango and peach. It's a kind of like a fusion of fruit blend that you can mix in with green tea or black tea, whatever you like. It's a refreshing summer drink. Those of us that like iced tea, this is a really good way to kick off our summer with something sweet and fruity, mango and peach. That's a great combination. I like mango and peach.
Sure is.
Hello, Londa. It's good to see you guys. Thank you for joining us in the show. Hello. Happy Tea Time Tuesday to you too. Well, we're going to go ahead and I hope you guys have your tea. I have mine. What do you have, Patrick?
Actually, I'm drinking coffee right now. So I've got this caramel coffee Got a little caramel mix in it. So yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right. Well, that's different for you. You normally don't do the flavored coffees, do you?
No, I just felt like it today. It was like, do something a little different. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I
I'll
love
get my
ginger.
tea later. I
Oh,
need some
okay.
sweet. Actually, I need some iced tea. I think I need some iced tea this month. So I might
Yeah,
have to
go ahead.
shift over and do some iced tea.
Yeah, go ahead and get some iced tea in. Hi, Michelle. Yes, our mental health is important, and it's our total health. Yes, thank you. Hello, sis. That's Nita.
See?
She has
Everybody
water.
doing water and cold stuff. I need to join that. I need to join that today. Oh gosh.
And
Oh.
Michelle, she said she's having mushroom coffee. That's
Mm.
healthy. Very good. I've tried that before. Have you tried mushroom coffee, Patrick?
Oh yeah. Very healthy.
It's real
Good.
good. It's
It's
like a real
good to reduce the bloating and inflammation. Actually.
has a lot of good health benefits. We see
Mm-hmm.
some others coming in. Hope has water too. Everybody's refreshing themselves. This is what we need. And so while we're doing that, and we're continuing with our time here at Tea Time Tuesday, we're going to go ahead and locate ourselves. Just take some time out for deep breathing, slow down for the day. We're going to watch an imagery, and then after that, we'll come back with our renewal practices. We hope that everyone is calm and ready for our Tea Time Tuesday session today. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Patrick.
Thank you, Carmela. Thank you. Hello, everybody. Again, thank you so much. As Carmela shared, we did a stillness journaling session in June. And so we're going to approach it again the same way. So, but we're going to do a few things to help us navigate, specifically being Minority Mental Health Awareness Month. And we know that our mental health is our total health as well. It really infiltrates every aspect of who we are. And so I want us to take some time to get your journals out, if you will. And though if you're ready, I just want you to go ahead and put in the comments, ready, please. And that'll let me know that you're ready. Those of you that are watching it again, please subscribe to the Renewal Center YouTube channel, as well as let's go ahead and get all the likes up so others can be a part of this Tea Time community. The more likes, the more the notifications, the more we get this word out. So if you're ready, go ahead and put ready in there so we can get ready. You want to make sure you're prepared, get your journal, grab what you need so that we can pause, reset, and build resilience. All right. Thank you so much. Appreciate everybody being a part of our Tea Time community today. As we think about today's focus, Mel, I was thinking about the importance of what it is to befriend. And I wanted to ask your opinion on when you think about the word befriend and then befriend yourself. How does that resonate? And I'm going to ask the Tea Time community as well. When you think about the word befriend or befriending yourself, how does that resonate when we think about where we are individually? And again, this is a tea time, so we know this is about pausing, resetting, and building resilience, everyone. I want you to think about that and place your responses in the comments. But Carmela, I wanted to hear from your thoughts. When you think about befriending yourself, what does that conjure up, if any?
Well, when I saw the title, I immediately thought about being positive. Whenever you're befriending yourself, I thought,
Mhm.
well, first of all, when you're befriending someone else, is you're giving them the opportunity of meeting you and getting to know them, and more like compassion. And so when I think about befriending myself, it's more less giving myself an opportunity to be benevolent to myself, to get to know
Mm.
myself more self-compassion, and to be kind to myself.
Mhm.
And so
Mhm.
that's what jumps out.
Thank you for using the word benevolent. Wow. I appreciate that answer because we are inundated with negativity consistently. And we're inundated with all these viral videos. There's a lot that's going on in our world. And I want to encourage everybody, befriending yourself means watch the intake.
Mhm. Yeah.
Watch the intake. So I want you to think about in the month of July, as we kick off the month of July with our tea time, is really think about what's the intake? What intake are you receiving? So I want to get a couple of these answers that are coming in here. Crystal says here, uh, love yourself, treat yourself, date yourself. Thank you for sharing that, Crystal. All right, Mel, you want to read the next one?
Yes, Michelle. She said, I treat myself the way I want others to treat me. Ah, yeah. As well as the way I treat others. Kindness, compassion, love, love, love. She put emphasis on that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Want to read
And
this one?
then, yeah. And so Nita, she's saying freedom, acceptance, and love of self.
All right, more is coming in. More is coming
Yeah.
in. Go ahead. Keep going.
Michelle, befriending myself to me means being kind to myself and accepting all is me.
Mm-hmm. All right. Thank you. Again, we're asking the question about befriending yourself. Mel, you said benevolence and other things that you shared with us and positivity. Thank you. I want to encourage everyone as you're preparing, we're preparing ourselves for our tea time. I want you to think about watching the intake. And we're going to ask a couple of questions. We're going to journal, but a lot of our journaling is about helping us really make a transition into how we treat ourselves. And so I want to bring up a few things. We're going to do a couple of exercises. We just did our locate yourself. That exercise helps you calm. It helps you slow down. It helps you clear your mind. It helps you prepare for what you have to engage. What I like to do is I want to center us and ground us in a couple of breathing exercises, Carmela, to help us navigate dealing with anxiety. Some of us may have had situations that tried to press us, but I want to root it and anchor it in a scripture. And so, what I like to do is I want to do that, and then I'm going to bring up a couple of questions for us to journal. All right. Here's the first thing we're going to do here. First thing is we're going to pause, and after we read this, it's going to tell us to take a breath, and I want everybody to get in a good posture. Why? Because what does that oxygen do? That helps us with clarity, our inspiration, our respiration. That's all important to getting the blood in our bodies flowing, right? It helps us deal with stress. It helps us deal with whatever it is that what state of being that we're in at that time. So, Carmela, what I'm thinking about here is connect your prayer with your breathing. We're going to use Psalm 46 and 10.
Very good.
And what we're going to do is you'll read the scripture, and at every phase, be still, then you'll breathe in. And know, and you'll breathe out. That you'll breathe in, am God, and you are out breath. So here's the thing. You've got a meeting you got to face. You have something a task that you have to engage. You've had a tense situation and you need to really redirect. We want to be able to connect our prayer with our breathing. One, we know who our breath belongs to. Make no mistake about that. But there's also God has given us the power to take care of ourselves through stillness. Just like Carmela, you have helped us through the years with what you do with your business about gratitude, right? I'm looking forward to that later this year. And what we learn is through stillness, through an activity like breathing and connecting our prayer to breathing. What that does is it helps us regulate what's happening in our bodies. So we're going to do this exercise, everyone. Let me know when you're ready. I want you to read this, and then I want you to be still. Make sure you're in a good posture. And then we'll come back, and then we'll debrief together. Do this a couple of times. All right, here we go. And if you want to speak it to yourself or read it out loud or say it under your breath or say it in your mind, as long as you're doing the prayer and the breathing together, go right ahead. Okay, let's do it together. Ready? Be still and know that I am God. Now, here's the key thing about when you do your out breath. When you do your out breath, you got to let your body just fall. You just let your body fall. You let your body relax. And so what that does is it's redirecting. Let's do it one more time, but this time you're going to do it in silence. All right. We're going to get in our journals here in a moment, but we're setting the precedence for our entire month of July. So our month of July is watching our intake. We're not going to let that get in my... We're going to watch our intake. We're taking our time today in tea time. Not a whole lot of, just really want to slow down. So I'd like to hear from you, tea time community. What are your thoughts on connecting your prayer to your breathing? And again, this is about a renewal practice, using a scripture to center ourselves. What thoughts do you have on that? Debrief. What happened? What did you experience? What was going on as you did this exercise? Carmela, any feedback?
Oh, yeah. As I was navigating through this and going through the exercise, first thing that came through me was stop. God is in charge. He's in charge. And as I was sitting there, I was journaling that it brought awareness to his promises. It brought awareness to his peace, his comfort, because we're focusing on him. He's the one. Be still and know. It brought awareness to his power, his love, his protection, his compassion, and that he is in control. And that ignited my faith even more, so that I was able to calm myself. I was able to rest in him. I often share about the nesty plunge when I share like even in our women's group, about the nesty plunge, how you just lean back and fall in. And that's kind of like how I felt with this exercise. I was able to just fall into stillness, with being still, with knowing that God, he's in charge of whatever at that moment.
That's so rich. That's so rich. Can you elaborate a little bit on that falling back, just if you don't mind? For those of us that may not come to the Women at the Well, I'd like to hear more about that, just real quick, if you can. We'll plug in.
Yeah. It's more of a leaning in and surrendering ourselves. And I mean, just really falling all the way in, just falling in, leaning in, just with no abandon. And it's like, okay, God, you got total control of it all. And that point of reference is almost like the nesty plunge. If you remember back in the 70s, that commercial where the person just, they just take the plunge. Or the commercial about where you fall into that soft bundle of towels, that same abandonment of you're leaving you're leaving that moment and you're resting in the fact that God's got this. He's got it all. And that's that nesty plunge kind of came into, is about really surrendering and letting him just take all of whatever that you have, the load that you have, and you're giving it all to him.
Oh, that's
and the
good.
reason I say that, because the study is becoming a woman whose God is enough. So basically it lines up with the fact that he is enough. So he's enough to take it all.
That's good. I thank you for that, because thank you shared that, because I wrote down while I was doing this, I wrote down, you don't have to be in control. That was my response to that moment. And so it's important to me. That's what I was experiencing. Nichelle says exhilarating. All right. Want to debrief with us, everyone. Hopefully you're still with us. And again, we're pausing, we're resetting, we're building resilience. This is about befriending yourself and about concentrating on the importance of breathing. All right. Renita says, what better than scripture for breathing and resetting? It's life-giving and true reassurance. All right. All right. Nichelle says, tea time needs a whole session on the nesting plan. Okay. All right. I bet you we do. Yes. Carmela, you want to read the next one?
Yes, Michelle, she said it brings awareness to where life really begins, the breath of life, the giver of life.
All
yes.
Right. Good, good.
This is powerful.
Thank you. So again, I want to encourage you. Again, we're focusing on the importance of stillness in our journaling session. Today's initial practice was about really connecting your prayer to your breathing. And I thought Psalm 46:10 was just really good. We root what we do here at the Renewal Center in the scriptures and in Christ. Although tea time is about pausing, resetting, and build resilience, we draw from that in our walks. And so I wanted to use this as a foundation. So I would encourage you, perhaps this is something you can adopt. You might have another song that might be helpful. One of the reasons why I thought about that was because the Psalms also has lamenting in it, where we just express what we're dealing with. And it's interesting when we read through the whole Psalms, you're looking at somebody who's lamenting. They're expressing what they're experiencing. Oh, God, you're a shield about me. You're the glory and lifter of my head. He's expressing. We can still lament, and that's healthy for us to do so. It's like we're reading David's journal.
Yeah.
So let's try something else. Now, this next practice is going to be journaling. I'm going to leave it up for a while for you to write down, and then I'll put up some images. We're going to spend a couple of minutes doing this. If you can, put in the comments that you're ready. If you're with me, everyone, just put in that you're ready, a thumbs up, a like. Let us know that you're ready. And then we'll get started on this next exercise. All right. So the question will be, where are you? Is this where I want to be? And what do I long for? Now, where are you is a mindset question. Is this where I want to be? And answer the questions why not? What do I long for? So this is a journaling activity. Give us a few minutes and then we're going to check in, Mel, okay? I'm going to put on some music and we'll see you here in a few minutes. Stay with us. Quick check-in. How we doing? Quick check-in, everybody. How we doing?
Doing good.
Okay, good. Everybody, let's regroup. Take your time.
Oh my goodness.
Ooh, that was interesting. Okay. I'm gonna let this play out for another minute, and then we'll all come back together as a group.
Okay.
All right, everybody, let's all regroup. Thank you for your participation. All right, tea timers, who wants to go first? Go ahead and place it in the comments if you want to read yours out to the group. Carmela, I guess I'll kick it off, and then we'll follow suit. So everyone, welcome again to Tea Time. If you're just coming in, we're focusing on befriending yourself. This is a stillness journal session today. We started out with a breathing exercise. We connected our prayer to breathing, and our question that we asked was, where are you? Is this where I want to be? And what do I long for? Now, where are you is a question of disposition. It's a disposition question. And so what I wrote down was, I was just practical. I'm in between roles. I'm moving to something new. I'm hoping that it will be well. I experience some anxieties here and there because it is new, but I'm confident that my competencies will help me get through this. Then I put, where are you? This week, I'm focused on wellness, fitness, laughing, and recreation. And so that's where I am. That was my answer. Then I thought, okay, well, is this where you want to be? Yes. No, not so much with the anxious feeling, but yes, this is where I want to be because I'm learning that it's okay not to have everything all at once. But I'm also learning to ensure that the silence that I'm in is speaking to me, that my body is getting back into order. And I'm learning this week to be vibrant in my total being. I'm going to adjust to navigate through it and the anxiety with new growth objectives. So I'll spend some time in growth objectives so that I can enter into the next. And then lastly, the question was about what do I long for? And I put down stability in my decisions and in my thinking, absorb the why, in the who and the what, really deeply listen, and then respond, and then adapt to the how. Then I put build strong, better communication and connections with my immediate team and listen to my stakeholders, anticipate what their needs are. And so that was really I use this time to really focus on that. So that's my readout. Anybody else want to share theirs? Carmela, any thoughts?
Well, I use this as a teachable moment, actually. The questions as a teachable moment on how it relates to befriending me or befriending ourselves. And I looked at them objectively at the questions, like, where are you? And so I just started writing, well, what does this mean? Because I'm using this as a teachable moment and I might use this later. The first thing that jumped out with all of these questions was, it wasn't that it was focusing on like a situation right now, but in my journey. And it was really interesting when you came on and you said, let's do a check-in. And I use this, I said, man, this is like a check-in for personal growth. So for me, I looked at it as to use this as a teachable tool. And so I said, where are you? So then for me, I said, okay, what am I feeling? Where am I in my mindset right now? And how did I get here? And then I said, the question was, is this where I want to be? And I interpret that of asking me, well, actually, it's telling me I have a right to decide. And I have options. And then what do I need to change or redirect or reframe or however, we say it. And then what do I long for? And then it asks the question, well, what do I need right now? And what are my needs? And so I equate all of that with the befriending, because it's you're identifying, or I'm identifying what really matters to me. Am I paying close attention? And that I do matter. And so that's how I looked at this whole exercise as a teachable moment, not just for like now. I believe you can use it for the now. But then I was thinking, well, what about my journey? It may not just be a pertinent situation, but a check-in. Well, how am I doing? And where am I? And what do I want? And what do I long for? And I think it focuses us on drawing upon what do we need. And I think that's befriending ourselves, by loving ourselves, by asking those questions. Well, to stop in the middle of where we are, to take assessment of where we're at.
Thank you. Wow. I'm sitting here absorbing what you shared about it being a teachable moment, and the other questions you added, powerful layers to this to enrich your experience. Wow. Thank you for sharing that. Anybody else? What answers, what questions, what resonates, what did you experience? What was your readout or feedback from the renewal practice questions? I'll bring them up again. If you want to share one, if you want to share all, if you want to share just a couple, feel free to read that out. But again, it was about, where are you? Is this where I want to be? You might just say yes or no and move on. What do I long for? And so what I did is I added a closed-ended question in between two open-ended questions. So it was like, well, where are you? Okay, well, I mean, what do you mean? Where am I physically? Where am I mentally? Where am I spiritually? Very open. Then it's like, well, is this where you want to be? Well, no, it's not. Okay, well, why not? Where do you want to be? And then, what do you really long for? In other words, that helps you with vision. It helps you with hope. It helps you perhaps with something you never thought about before. It moves you into a place of humility and creativity. Because now you're saying, what do I long for? Well, I do long for it. Oh, and maybe it opens up something that we did not consider before, What do you think about the structure of the questions, Carmela? And then as you're coming in, hopefully we'll hear comments from all the tea timers. Please feel free to share your comments with us. Any thoughts on maybe the questions?
Oh yeah. I love the questions, because like I was saying, it drew me into looking at it from a teachable moment, maybe a point in time where, I don't know, I might be in the middle of something in my own personal journey of personal growth. And then all of a sudden I need to ask myself these questions. Okay, Camilla, where am I? What am I feeling about it? What am I feeling about where I am? And then you can use I think the structure of these questions are good, because you can use this at any point, any journey, the journey that you're on, where you are last year, you may not be where you are last year. You might be in a different place, different season. And you can use these as questions for yourself to see how you're growing. To see, to take the time to look into yourself and to see, well, what do I need right now? Because what I need matters, and you're paying attention. So I like how these questions are structured, because it probes you to keep asking. It probes you to look more deeply.
Wow, thank you. Thank you. All right, here we go. Let's look at a couple of, all right, Nisha, let's read this here. She says, I am in a calm, peaceful, and satisfied state of mind. I've had a lot on my plate and have accomplished what was set before me in a timely and efficient manner. I am pleased with myself.
That's good.
Self-affirming, self-validating. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. This is good. Come on, you want to read the crystals?
Yes, Crystal. Crystal is saying, I'm not necessarily where I want to be. I long for complete healing because the pain and discomfort can be handicapping at times.
Yes.
Thank you for being transparent, Crystal.
Thank you. Yes, yes. That's a path. That's a wonderful journey. Thank you, Crystal, for sharing that with us today. Anybody else? What are your thoughts about this exercise? What are your thoughts about this renewal practice? Again, this is about befriending yourself. And befriending yourself is also affirming yourself. It is. It is also about what am I taking in? Well, I'm going to take in some things that's going to build me up and strengthen me where I am. I want to do something else as well. That's a befriending exercise. And what I call this one is a little bit different. I know we just did the breathing exercise with that. This one relates to how we learn how to navigate when things are a little bit, I would say we need to reprogram and redirect. So this is called separating and attending, Carmela. And this particular practice is how we can navigate something that's trying to negatively impact us and how we can befriend ourselves at the core. So for instance, here's an example. I am not and let's just say you have sadness, rage, panic, shame, whatever it might be. You say, I am not my anxiety. I am simply feeling anxiety. That isn't me. It's a part of me that needs my care and compassion. At the core, at my core, I'm loved by God, created for worth, belonging, excuse the typo, and purpose. Now you may say, well, wow. What this does is helps us separate ourselves from what we're thinking and feeling and learn how to attend to who we are. That's also a way of befriending yourself. So one of the things is, like, for instance, if I'm dealing with a heavy weight of anxiety, I'm dealing with something that's constantly working against my mind, right? Well, I'm going to say, I'm not my rage. I'm not my rage. Right now, I may feel that rage. I'm simply feeling rage, right? I'm simply feeling shame. I am not my shame. I'm simply feeling shame. Think about how you're redirecting what you're experiencing now and befriending yourself by saying, this isn't me. It is a part of me that needs my care and compassion, et cetera, et cetera. At my core, I'm loved by God. I'm created for worth, belonging, and purpose. This is a separating and attending exercise. Hope everybody saw that. So we started out with our breathing, locating ourselves. We did a journal exercise today where we focused on these 3 questions. We also we connected our prayer to breathing here, be still and know that I am God. We used a verse to help us, to redirect us. And then also here, separating and attending. Carmela, any thoughts? I just wanted to get just your brief perspective on that. Also, those of you that are still watching, if you're still journaling and you want to answer these questions, please feel free to put your comments in there or leave them in your journal, and we will come back to this again. Guaranteed we will. But Carmela, any thoughts on this separating and attending? Any thoughts on that?
Well, I also looked at it as also a way of locating yourself. If I looked at it at 2 different aspects. The top 2 statements to me are redirection, and the last 2 are affirmations. That you're gonna, you're affirming yourself, you are building yourself back up. And so I'm looking at both of them as a way of locating yourself again. If you are in a place, you just, okay, I need to bring calm, I need to pause, and you take a minute, and let me observe my emotions or my feelings right now, and then use that as a place to redirect, yourself, so that you're bringing yourself to a place of, okay, this is where I am. So, but this is not the totality of me. So let me go ahead and affirm myself so I could redirect myself back to a place of calm and, like we always say, homeostasis of where we are actually okay. I can think clearly. There's some clarity here, so that's how I look at it.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Affirming, redirecting, attending. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate those comments, Carmela. And again, this is just another way, right, of how do we intake information, how we intake narratives, stories, perhaps. And this helps you. Well, you're in a situation. You say, I'm not my rage. I'm simply feeling it. I'm not my panic. I am simply feeling it. I'm not my shame. I'm simply feeling it. This isn't me. This is a part of me. All right. And the reason why we're saying this is because sometimes we let what we're experiencing in that moment to define our entire life. And it does not. It does not define the totality of who you are in that moment. And so therefore, there are times we need to take a step back and do this a separating and attending type of exercise, or the breathing exercise, or we locate ourselves and ask ourselves those questions so that we can really begin to change how the information or the thoughts or the feelings or the stories that we intake, that we experience, we know how to redirect and readjust those. I know we're at time, so I got one more, but I'll save that for another time. I'd like to get from all of you tea timers, what are some of your takeaways today? Some of you probably are still journaling. I still see the numbers, so they're good. But you might be journaling, you might be reflecting right now where you are. We want to respect that space. Feel free to share your comments and share your perspectives or your outputs, your readouts from the tea time renewal practices for today. And again, we covered befriending yourself, our stillness journaling session. If this is something that is beneficial, you want us to do this again, I look forward to doing this again. This has been incredibly helpful for me as well. So just take a 30 seconds if you can and just reflect. And I want you to please share with us any other outcomes, outputs, feedback, takeaways, and then we'll close out with our announcements. Carmela, you have any outcomes that you want to share? I know you shared some already. Any final words before we get into our announcements?
Well, I would like to say the fact that befriending ourselves is this is a great way to help ourselves with personal growth. Mm-hmm. And why not start with us? I always say, you're going to be with yourself 24 hours a day. You're never going to get away from yourself. So what a great exercise to use these exercises. I really like the one with the scripture. That really brought, I really like that. That brought peace into my moment. And that's what the word does anyway. But I am just thankful for these practices today. And I think these are a great way to journal them out.
Awesome. Thank you. I want to encourage everyone and just share with you, no shameless plug, but I am using Carmela's Daily Moments of Serenity inspirational journal. You might have a journal that you're using. I'm using this one because it's focused on serenity specifically. And so I've been focused on silence and serenity personally so that I can silence out the other noise that I hear constantly, and even my own noise. Because sometimes I may have my own internal distractions. And so my notes today have been in this as well. I've got the notes from the last time we were together when I did it. And I'm just guiding my focus on serenity and calm and silence and making sure that I'm documenting. And sometimes it's jibber jabber. And I go back and it's like, wow, that makes sense. That's where I was. It's constant growth. It's constant learning. It helps me clarify, why do I do it on this versus something digital? Because it's tactile. And it gives me the ability to really experience, what I'm walking through and documenting and growing in. So that is why I use a journal to write things down. And it helps me stay connected to what it is that I'm unfolding in my journal time. So that's why I use pen and paper. Nothing wrong with the digital, right? But that is why I use it. I can pick it up. I don't have to turn it on. I can just grab it and go everywhere I want to go and don't have to have notifications and everything else. And that's because my lifestyle, I'm constantly on screens. So it's just good to pull back at times. So I just wanted to share that today I wanted to share that with you. Hopefully this was beneficial to you. Please feel free to share in the comments. I'm going to make a few announcements. Carmela, if you want to, I'm going to bring up our announcements and you can read through a few of these. We can tag team these here.
Okay, sure. So everyone will know June 11th, July 9th, and August 13th are our days that we're set aside at the Renewal Center for summer prayer. And of course, July 9th is tomorrow. So we ask that you join us for Renewal Summer Prayer. You can use the Reforming Culture link, which is right there in front of you. And we ask everyone to come and join us for a time of prayer. I'll tell you, we've been doing this for the last several summers. And so we look forward to seeing you tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. If you can't make it tomorrow, then we'll see you in August. And then Friday, every Friday morning at 6:30 a.m., we have morning prayer. And I'm telling you, this is a great time to come. You don't necessarily have to turn on your screen. You can come and partake and hear what God is saying, but also be in a place of prayer. This is a great way to come and hear, even in the morning at 6:30 a.m., to come together with other believers to pray. And so once again, there is the link that you can use, the Zoom link, to come in to us this Friday at 6:30 p.m. We got plenty of people on the Renewal Center Tea Time community today who can attest that morning prayer has just been a great time to come together to pray. And New You Digital Discipleship every single Sunday at 10 a.m. At the beginning of every month is the New You Live, and that's live here on YouTube at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please join us. All the other Sundays are at 10 a.m. on Zoom. If you would go to our social media platforms, you'll find out how that you can get the link to come and join us for a time of worship and fellowship. So we look forward to you coming.
Thank you. Thank you. Lastly, I want to thank everybody for being on today. Want to encourage you. Here's the ways you can donate to the Renewal Center. If Tea Time Tuesday, Reforming Culture, all of our services and our programming, you see the vision, it's beneficial to you. We'd like you to consider giving and donating to the Renewal Center. We are a nonprofit organization. These are the digital ways you can give to our website, therenewalcenters.com/give. You can text Renewal Center to the 888-364-4483 number there. Also, we have PayPal and Zelle, which is the Renewal Center 2020 at Gmail. Our Venmo is at Renewal Center, and our Cash App is Cash Renewal Center. You can also mail a check or a money order to P.O. Box 1381, Concord, North Carolina 28026. So I'd like you to consider partnering with us. And I want to thank you also for partnering with us with the Renewal Center. So if you can consider today, go ahead and make that donation, connect with us. We'd appreciate your support and your partnership as well. So, all right, let's go back a couple of comments. Nichelle says, this was really good. The breathing and scripture exercise blessed me real good. The exhilaration I felt is something I will set to achieve daily, as I do already with peace. Winning combo. Absolutely. Thank you. Somebody want to read these, please?
Yes, Crystal. She's coming in saying, thank you for today. Yes. Thank you for joining us, Crystal. And Nita, she's saying, I appreciate the scripture breathing exercise. I will be posting it in my office. That's great. And Nita is a counselor. So that's awesome. That's awesome that you're bringing that into that. Thank you, Nita.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, this has been great, Carmela. Thank you so much, everybody, for being on. As we pause, reset, and build resilience, take care of each other. I'm Renewal. Be refreshed. Let this month, as we are honoring Minority Mental Health Awareness Month, be aware of where you are. All right. And I hope that the renewal practices today will help you start your month, in this way of taking care of what's happening in your inner world. So I'm going to bring on the locate yourself exercise video here real quick, and then we will be finished. Thank you, Carmela, for being on today. This has been great.
Thank you. Thank you for the renewal practices.
Absolutely. You're welcome. We'll see everybody next time. Thanks so much. Locate yourself. Good day.